Hey everyone, how y'all doing? So it's time to go over all the knives I carried for the week, and this is week number 8 of 2024, and it went from Monday, February 19th through Sunday, February 25th, and yeah, 8 weeks into the year already, hard to believe, but yeah, let's get down to it, go over the Swiss Army knife I carried for the week, and that was the Victorinox Huntsman. Pretty awesome knife, 91mm, 4-layer knife. Good tool set. The tool set's very similar to the Super Tinker plus another tool, but on the Huntsman you get the opening layer, can opener, bottle opener, screwdriver tips. You get the 2 blades. You get the small pen blade, then you get the larger blade, which I used several times this week. And then what I like to have on my Swiss Army knives, nice pair of scissors. Now I did use these quite a few times this week. Just so handy to have. And on the front here it's got one extra tool, and that is the wood saw, which Victorinox wood saws are just wicked. They work excellent. They cut pulling, pushing both ways. They just eat right through any branches or anything you want to cut through, any wood. Did I use it this week? No, I did not use it at all. This might have been the first time I pulled it out this week, but hey, I had a saw on me. If I needed one, I absolutely had it. Now the back tools are the basic tools I like to have, just like on a Super Tinker and a couple other ones. This one has a corkscrew, which I usually have a mini screwdriver in here. I do not on this one this time. I do have the straight pin right there, and yeah, it's pretty filthy. So corkscrew I have used for. I also like the Phillips screwdriver when it's on the back, super handy. Multi-purpose hook, I have uses for this, so I like having that. A lot of people don't. Same thing with the yaw reamer. I have uses for this. I don't sew leather with it. It does have the sewing eye, but I use it to scrape out things, scrape stuff, dig out, start a pilot or a starter hole for a screw, you name it, comes in handy. Toothpick and tweezers on this. And this one I have on a suspension clip. This is actually a Key Smart suspension clip. Really nice clip. And I have a Night Eyes mini locking S-beaner. And my thought on this was, hey, if I need to use that saw, right? And I have a suspension clip on there, it's gonna get in the way. So with this, if I can get it, I can just take that off. Then all I have to deal with is that split ring. So that's the reason I have that on this one. Actually, I don't like it. It makes it too long in pocket. I'm just gonna put the clip on under that snap ring and have to deal with it if I use the saw. But yeah, that's a Swiss Army knife I carried for the week. Now, Monday and Tuesday, moving on to my main folders, or my main blades for the day. Monday and Tuesday, I carried the new Rough Rider Black Appaloosa 30th Anniversary Spade Series Easy Open. Check that bone out. This is gorgeous. I love this side. I just absolutely dig that. Pretty cool knife. Very highly anticipated knife. A lot of people were waiting for this to be released. It took a while. And then a lot of people got duds. They got horrible knives as far as action. I really didn't hear anybody complain about fit and finish, but it was the action. My action on this is perfectly fine. I have no real issues with it. Very snappy. Other people had knives that just gritty as all get out, very soft stops. It didn't snap in place. It didn't want to snap shut. I almost had to push it shut. And I did a kind of rant video on this. Now, personally, my biggest complaint about this knife is just in the design of these double nail nicks. I think they are ugly. I think they're very unnecessary, ugly, takes away from the beautiful lines of the knife. And also, I am beginning to not like swedges on all my blades. This has a huge swedge, starts from back here, goes all the way to the tip, goes right into that nail nick. It's still functional. There's still a lip there to get your thumbnail on if you need to, but it just, to me, looks like crap. If it only had one nail nick or the other, that'd be a whole lot better. They could have made the swedge a little smaller, starting from here to the tip instead of way. That is almost half length of the knife. You go cutting edge from here. I mean, heck, it might be even more than half the length. Cool blade shape though. I dig this blade shape. Very slicey, full flat grind. But yeah, easy open. I'm not going to harp on it. Even if they got rid of this, kept this, they could have made this a little smaller and kind of centered it up a little bit with a cutout. And since it's easy open, you're supposed to pinch and pull it. That swedge makes it more difficult because it's so thin. But anyways, other than that, this thing is cool. I really do like this knife. I carried it for 2 days. I think it's gorgeous. I like the pattern of it, the design, comfortable in hand. Very nice knife. Now mine's not perfect. Centering's off a little bit. It's not bad. It's not rubbing, hitting, nothing, so that's good. Got a little gap running all the way down through between the liner and the back spring, but you know, the regular average Joe on the street, the non-knife guy, they're not even gonna notice it. Us knife people into knives look for that stuff, so we notice it. But yeah, very awesome knife, and I carried it in my JL Ventures outdoor slip, just like that. Fits perfect. I don't know. I like the knife. Mine's okay. Some people got really crappy knives, but mine's okay. I like it. I'm keeping it. I'm going to carry and use it because it's a cool knife. So that's that. That was Monday and Tuesday. Now Wednesday, I finally carried a fixed blade, but I pocket carried it, and that is the CRKT Minimalist Bowie. Right there, this was an exclusive from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. D2 steel, this tan brown micarta handle, has this little goofy lanyard on there. What I did was I kind of bent it over, sewed it up. Gives me a little more my pinky to grab onto. These things are just awesome little neck knives or belt knives. I have it set up with the belt loop, the horizontal carry it on my belt, but I did not carry it on my belt. I just happened to grab this out. I looked at it, I'm like, yeah, I'm carrying this, and I just shoved this in my pocket with the clip and everything. Worked fine. I just take it out. I'd use it. Short blade. And that's one reason why I ended up using the blade on the Victorinox a couple times. Because it's a whole lot longer than the Minimalist. But awesome, awesome little fixed blade EDC knife. whether you carry it as a neck knife, which I have, carry it on your belt, which I usually do, or just drop it in your pocket. It rides nice, stays upright in my pocket, and yeah. So Wednesday I carried the CRKT Minimalist Bowie with D2 steel. Very awesome knife. Now, moving on to Thursday, I carried this, the Buck 112 LT. Basically, I saw a video someone did on the 112 LT, and I'm like, I gotta carry it. So I got it out, I carried it, I added these screw iron thumb studs to it so it's easy one hand open. But cool knife. These things are very inexpensive, around 20 bucks. I think I paid less than $20 for my 110, the longer version at Walmart. This was under 20, I'm sure of it. But awesome, lightweight EDC if you want to carry a buck knife but don't want to have the weight with the brass frame and everything. This is a great option. Same size, same dimensions, handles same thickness, everything. It's just so much lighter, and I carried it in the pouch. Might be the first time I ever carried it in the pouch. A lot of times I just throw this in my pocket. It rides okay. I've always been going to put a little lanyard on there, so when I pocket carry it, I'd have that. But I ended up carrying it on my belt in the sheath. Sheath is made in China, little nylon sheath. Pretty nice. It's got a Buck logo right there in white. I just don't like that. I'll probably color that in with a Sharpie just to tone it down. But you forget this thing's on your belt. Holy cow. It's not very, doesn't stick out very far. You know, pretty compact carry, even though the knife is kind of thick. Very lightweight. I don't know what it weighs, but very lightweight. You forget this thing's on your belt. And you do have different options. I carried it vertically, you know, my belt through here, but you can actually carry this thing horizontally if you want. So yeah, I carried this on Thursday. I actually belt carried it. And Friday, we did a lot of running around. Wife was off this week. We went to an estate sale. I found 3 cool knives in an estate sale. We went out to breakfast with her parents, did some shopping, did some errands, paid the taxes, all that stuff. So when we were out, I carried my Buck 112 Ranger 50th year anniversary edition. And check it out. This is one of my couple safe queens. You know, I don't carry this very often, but some reason I felt like carrying this one, so I got it out. It was all put away in the box and everything, and got it out. Clip point, 420 HC steel. There's the Tang stamp on it. Got the 50 inside the anvil. Buck USA. The shield right there. 1972, 50 years. Pretty cool. Look at the tarnish or the patina. The brass is already taken on. And that kind of happened packed away in the boxes. Like I said, I don't carry this very often. But yeah, I really do like the 112 size for an EDC knife. Of course, this is the brass, ebony wood. It's a hefty little guy. But this, my hand just fits in there. It just fits perfect. I can do whatever I want with this. So, first half of the day, while we're out, I carried that one. Then got home. I'm like, I'm gonna put that back up. So I got out my 112 drop point, which is what I was going to carry to begin with, but for some reason I felt the urge to carry that one. So I started carrying around the Buck 112 drop point. I love the drop point versions of these. Just gives you such a beefier tip, more sturdy tip. You got more steel behind that as opposed to the clip point. Clip point's really dainty, really fine. Plus you got a swedge up here. And yeah, I had both drop points of the 112 and the 110, and absolutely dig the drop points. Again, just fits my hand just about perfect. Nothing hanging out. My fingers are not cramped. Again, I added the thumb studs. Actually gives your thumb someplace to sit on. Very nice slicey blade. Again, 420 HC steel, Buck's heat treat. Says Buck with the anvil, USA, tank stamp. So Friday, I carried both of these. Now, moving on to Saturday and Sunday, the weekend. Of course, like I carried that all week long. But Saturday and Sunday, I got another Buck 112. And I got out the Slim Select. These are awesome knives. Like I said with this, you want to carry a buck, but you don't want the weight and you don't want the thickness. These are a great option, right around 30 bucks, I guess these are. And again, 420 HC steel. They're FRN handles, which I like these. These feel nice. They're not cheap plastic. These are feel more like cheaper plastic than these ones. Awesome knife. Not as much of a clip point right here. It's not as upswept as some of these. As you can see, it's more of a straight drop point, starting from way back here. And I like that for the most part. You got a little beefier tip right here than you do on the regular clip points. Not as much as that drop point, but a little thicker tip. I like the feel of it, the weight of it. Works excellent. Same old great lock back. Got this clip on here. Sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't. It's goofy looking. That's supposed to be the Buck anvil right there, but this way it looks like an angry robot. Eyes in a helmet, screaming at you or whatever. Just kind of goofy looking. And the only other thing I don't like about these is that hump right there, where the tang comes and meets the lock bar, back lock right here. They leave that little hump. I don't know why, because no, they did the same thing on this. I was gonna say they didn't do it on this, but it must be just a way to save a few bucks, keep the price down. As you can see, these ones are all nice and smooth right there. I don't think it would take that much more for them to, just hit it, smooth that out. But hey, doesn't affect it any. Just something I find kind of annoying about these, but that's it. That is what I carried for the week. So I carried 4 bucks over 3 different days. The Rough Rider Black Appaloosa Easy Open for a couple of days. The CRKT Minimalist for a day in my pocket. So it was a fun week. I enjoyed carrying all these knives. And one thing, if you did not watch last week's knives carried video, the weekly update like this, if If you did not watch last week's, you should probably go watch last week's video. Something special in there. But yeah, guess that'll do it. Do use a like, comment, subscribe, and until next video, bye.